Listener, when it comes to horrible movies, you know that I've got you covered on Cinephobe. We've been doing it for over 250 Cinephobe years. But who do you turn to when you need smart financial decisions? If your answer is our sponsor, NerdWallet, then you're absolutely right. And if it's not, let me change your mind. The nerds at NerdWallet have spent thousands of hours researching and reviewing over 1,300 financial products, and they have the tools you need to make smarter decisions. Looking for a credit card? Go beyond the basic comparisons. Filter for the features that matter to you and read in-depth reviews. Ready to choose a high-yield savings account? Get access to exclusive deals and compare rates, bonuses, and more. House hunting? View today's top mortgage rates for your home sweet home. Make the nerds your go-to resource for smart financial decisions. Head to nerdwallet.com/learn more. NerdWallet. Finance smarter. Disclaimer. NerdWallet compare Inc. NMLS 1617539.
This is an ad for BetterHelp. Welcome to the world. Please read your personal owner's manual thoroughly. In it, you'll find simple instructions for how to interact with your fellow human beings and how to find happiness and peace of mind. Thank you, and have a nice life.
Unfortunately, life doesn't come with an owner's manual. That's why there's BetterHelp Online Therapy. Connect with a credentialed therapist by phone, video, or online chat. Visit BetterHelp.com to learn more. That's BetterHelp.com.
This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Upgrade your business with Shopify, home of the #1 checkout on the planet. Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning fewer carts going abandoned and more sales going cha-ching. So if you're into growing your business, get a commerce platform that's ready to sell wherever your customers are. Visit Shopify.com to upgrade your selling today.
The time for holiday hosting is upon us, so make your second bathroom second to none with HomeDepot.com's best savings of the season. Right now, enjoy up to 40% off select online bath. Find the latest on-trend styles of vanities, faucets, showers, tubs, toilets, and more, all at prices that will let your budget relax right along with you and your beautifully renovated bath. Get up to 40% off select online bath plus free delivery at the Home Depot. Subject to availability, see HomeDepot.com/delivery for details.
Imagine what's possible when learning doesn't get in the way of life. At Capella University, our game-changing FlexPath learning format lets you set your own deadlines so you can learn at a time and pace that works for you. It's an education you can tailor to your schedule. That means you don't have to put your life on hold to pursue your professional goals. Instead, enjoy learning your way and earn your degree without missing a beat. A different future is closer than you think with Capella University. Learn more at capella.edu.
Previously on Cinephobe.
There is a subtext to this movie, and that is cock blocking.
There is massive cock blocking.
There's a cacophony of cock blocking that takes over the movie at one point.
The entire movie.
Sometimes couples sneak up here for a hot dip and some hot nookie.
I want to replace that word with, man, you're being such a Ruth.
Oh, woo, quit your Ruthin' and whining.
He's a Ruth.
I want to remind people, I'm not a physicist, okay?
Well, neither is he.
He's not a geologist either. He quickly corrects somebody later on in the movie.
Dr. Dalton's a geologist.
Volcanologist, actually.
Volcanologist is not a real job. This movie made it a focus for geologists.
It's the Pacific Northwest in the 90s. Have you heard of coffee?
Coffee? Yeah, please.
Cappuccino, espresso, cafe latte.
Can I just have a regular coffee?
You like eggplant parmesan?
For breakfast?
For dinner.
Brother?
I'm inviting you over for dinner. I have a vagina.
To say thank you.
Town on alert.
Put this town on alert.
Start the episode. Start the episode. Start the episode.
Now, you've seen how bad things can get and how quick they can get that way. Well, they can get a whole lot worse. So we're not going to fight anymore.
You think this dude's gonna take Ed down?
MVP is gonna blow Ed out of the water.
He's the most valuable primate.
You betray the law.
I'm sorry, misogynist. Men are hoes too.
You've said hoes 58 times in this episode, and I'm the misogynist?
You unbelievable, man.
Wait, you guys have notes about 9/11 for this movie?
How do you not?
Yap about this and yap about that and yap all night long. Fucking yap.
It was in my dream. That's not how I feel.
It is how you feel. It was in your dream.
Some of us like to be prepared.
How are you not taking accountability for your mind?
Because I know I'm lying. Like, I know for a fact I'm lying.
You sick little bitch.
It was awful. It was incredibly boring. It was long. It was stupid. It was horribly written. The acting was terrible. It was a huge piece of shit. You're a fraud. It's a phobe.
So everybody just be very respectful.
But he's dead now, right? So we can't make fun of him?
Is he dead? No, if he's dead, we can make fun of him. If he's still sick, we can't.
Hold on.
If he's dead, we can make fun of him.
Yeah.
I don't think we can.
Whenever I hear numbers, my head converts them into chess moves or seats at the garden.
I don't know what happened to you, man. You used to be cool, and then you got blarded.
You tried to peg AIDS on me in the T-Rex episode?
That's my fault for not remembering what century I was in, bitch.
It's been a good run. Thanks for playing. See you at the eulogy.
You want the punani?
I don't require Ed to have a condom because I trust him.
Anthony, you're going to be busy today, huh?
Yeah, it's nothing new, chef.
Host! I am an alcohol segregationist.
That thing's going to move up like R. Kelly.
Salute to all the old ladies around the world. I love you.
You got horses. What you need are thoroughbreds.
Sometimes my emotions are just roaring like a T-Rex.
That's a lot of pussy.
I'm not in here with you. You're in here with me. Let's fly over the lip of the volcano. Let's see a wide shot of the helicopter. This pilot is a real douche.
This pilot is fucking great.
I love the pilot.
This pilot is a union man?
Well, no, he's definitely not a union man.
What are you talking about?
He's a capitalist.
He sure is. We find that out later.
He invents surge pricing.
He sure does. And let me tell you, brilliant.
Hey,
CT5 businessman, that guy is number one.
I fly during my lunch break. I get overtime.
He's the greatest businessman in Cinephobe history.
what about Brad Wesley?
He did a lot.
There's no J.C. Penney in Dante's Peak.
This guy invented surge pricing. When people were about to die, this wasn't, oh, there's a flood at the airport.
I'm about to pee myself.
Oh, put your pants on alert.
Mike, what does ELF stand for?
Extreme low frequency.
Terry's checking some dials and gauges. Minimum sulfur dioxide. Nothing to worry about. Green across the board. She's quiet. Yeah, she's quiet. And I was dying. For Pierce to say, a little too quiet.
Cut to dinner. He's knocking down dominoes with the kids before he knocks down something else. Daughter asked if he has other tricks, and he's pretending to have a magic sewing needle.
Okay, this is a long fucking walk, man. This whole family is charmed by James Bond doing fake magic tricks.
He took a strange child's hair.
He didn't actually take her hair, Zach.
The charm is working, and he's about to get tackled by Mrs. Doubtfire. He's moving in on this woman too effectively. He starts doing that napkin trick, and Mrs. Doubtfire is about to have a run by fruiting. Hello!
Functional handkerchiefs.
Now they're drinking really shitty wine on the porch.
Whoa.
Maze.
Why is it shitty?
It's very clearly Pinot Noir, which is what the region is known for.
Pacific Northwest.
This is actually accurate.
Looks like grape juice.
It's not supposed to be as robust. It's a lighter grape.
Yeah.
Learn your grapes, man.
Time for some ex-husband's position.
She's letting us know that she hasn't had let me stop.
Well,
Let me stop.
She got married young. He disappeared 6 years ago. She doesn't even think Grandma Ruth knows where he is.
what? This guy could be dead for all we know.
This dude grew up in a town under 7,500 people and he disappeared. He doesn't know anybody. He's dead. You are dead.
It was hard at first. Hard for the kids. We're okay. How about you? Ever been married? There's a jump.
No, darling. I'm married to the game. The Volcano game.
Well, for one thing, I move around a lot. Colombia, Guatemala, the Philippines, Mexico, New Zealand, New Guinea.
Keep going. More places.
It's like The Room, like Tommy Wiseau's accent. Harry, where exactly are you from? New Orleans, the Big Easy?
Wherever there's a volcano with an attitude.
BWA.
Makes it hard to settle down.
I'm picturing a volcano, leather jacket, backwards hat, skateboard. I'm just picturing Poochie from The Simpsons.
Oh, I thought you were going with volcano, leather jacket, Raiders hat, sunglasses, straight out of
New Guinea.
Crazy motherfucker named Krakatoa.
And then she starts prying.
Same note too.
And asking him about, have you ever been close to being married? One time. She loved volcanoes.
Fascinated by them. Loved the life. Ooh, touchy subject.
Unfortunately, we got too close to the show. Marion was killed.
Close to the show? Are you trying to go pro in baseball? What are you talking about?
If this thing blows, if she does a Mount St. Helens, the blast will get here within a minute. So that's the only thing that blasts in a minute.
Did he and Marion mutually masturbate to pictures of volcanoes?
Absolutely. They never touched each other.
Ever come close?
By the way, he scared the shit out of her with this. She did not expect this.
I didn't realize your ex-girlfriend also was horny for volcanoes. Linda hopes he's wrong, but she's glad he's here.
Glad he's here? He can't stop a volcano. Just leave.
But she might get some dick.
Put the town on alert and go.
Put this town on alert.
Zach, she's not talking about the town.
Get some dick in Portland, in Seattle.
Yo.
In fucking Pacoima. Go anywhere.
Name another Northwest city.
Spokane.
No.
Spokane for
Tacoma.
Anchorage.
That's
pretty fucking far, dude.
It's way northwest, but it's northwest.
Okay, next morning she is delighted. She's smitten.
She's practicing how to present the punani.
Workshopping, saying his name. She shows up with 6 cups of coffee for the volcano nerds.
6
cappuccinos all around. And Greg is jonesing. He could really use a fix.
Greggy Rex?
Is he trying to do coffee or is he on meth?
He is inches behind her the entire scene.
Copy. So this is his character development for the entire movie.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about my character. Well, he loves coffee.
And cocaine.
He can't get enough of coffee. His whole world revolves around coffee. And that is as deep as we go with this character for the entire film.
Yeah.
With the whole team, by the way, other than Dr. Paul.
No, Terry has a character development.
Terry has a temper?
No, he has a Hawaiian shirt.
Don't talk about Nancy like that. I mean, I don't appreciate that.
Nancy's 20 CB. Stan is Stan.
He's grilling her about the machine. He's grilling her about the beans. She tells him, don't put your beans in the freezer. That's a myth.
This other guy's like, so you hitting that?
Terry
can smell horny across an ocean.
Same note too. This old pussy hound Terry smelt him across the ocean, you old dog, you.
Now they're up on the mountain in their jumpsuits. Pierce's orange jumpsuit is fire. I would buy that in a second.
Oh, for sure.
I thought Terry was played by William Peterson, who was in CSI.
Looks like William Peterson. It's not. Yeah.
Very close.
I imagine William Peterson had to have been approached for this. In the 90s, for all these disaster movies, there's always a team of scientists and there's always one dude that has a Hawaiian shirt that cuts right to it. He's no nonsense.
You don't have a science group if one guy's not wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
Makes you feel safe.
Well, he likes to kick it also. That's his thing.
Bingo. If this mountain's going to rock and roll, we're going to know about it.
We get more lusting over this mayor on the mountain.
That was dinner last night.
Best looking mayor I've ever seen.
She got my vote.
I love that Terry's not going to let him fucking slide on this.
No.
You gonna fucking tell me some details, bro.
Yeah, because there's like 3 single women in this town, and if it's not yours, it's going to be Uncle Terry's. So you better let me know.
Stop trying to fix me up. Whoa. I have great taste in women. When have I ever steered you wrong?
What about Astrid?
Thought the two of you would have a lot in common. She said she was into rocks.
Crystals, Terry. Crystals, not rocks. Crystals.
Wow, so crystals been a red flag since the mid-90s, huh? Going strong.
I've also been to the volcanoes in eastern Los Angeles. Western Los Angeles.
Same.
The valley.
Zach, I said, how was she? You went on a date with her.
Just as an aside, having a Harry and a Terry has to be nightmare for comms.
Absolutely. One's got to be Harold or Hank.
Harold.
All right, move a little to your left, Harry. Harry or Terry? Terry, poof. A little to the left. Got to be a nightmare.
The only way you can tell them apart is because Terry will answer with this. So you hitting that?
Oh, Terry.
Cut to them setting up the robot in the parking lot. Greg sees the mayor showed up and he starts being stupefied by the idea of coffee time.
He's met the fuck out. He busts a nut when he sees Linda.
Yes, it's coffee time. Coffee. Cappuccino. Java. Yes.
I have not heard the word Java literally since 1999. It did not make it past 9/11 for sure.
Oh,
there's a coffee shop 2 blocks away from me that's Java on Ocean, so unfortunately I see it every day.
I bet you it opened in 1998.
I'll ask him.
Yes, find out.
I'll do my own research. So much coffee jargon as she hands them out. They're recording between 25 and 75 microquakes a day. The robot is called Spider Legs. Greg is flipping switches. Terry keeps kicking it. He blames Elf, the picture behind Mike Ryan. He fixes it by taking it off. No one tell NASA.
They've definitely been banging this robot, though.
Oh, Terry, for sure. Like my man from Time Cop, the little tech guy. I think he had a Hawaiian shirt on, too.
Oh, the nerd, yeah.
He did like the VR stuff or whatever. Yeah.
He has his robot boudoir drawings.
Is Sarah Connor's hair in this movie closer to Time Cop or Hard Target?
Ooh, because Hard Target's real wet. So it's got to be Time Cop.
Time Cop, yeah.
I actually think Time Cop is wetter than Hard Target.
No. Hard Target is wet the entire time. It doesn't dry up once.
I'm like a dog with a bone on this one. Let me see this one.
So is Terry.
So Spider Legs.
Cut to them on a ridge in the middle of a volcano. Terry is thrilled at Spider Legs' mobility, expects apologies and 6-packs.
I bet he is.
Spider Legs gets stuck. Paul calls it a piece of junk. Terry's going to go down and fix it. Pierce doesn't want any heroics. Terry slips immediately, starts a small rock slide. Pierce wants to leave Spider Legs behind, and Terry expositions they paid $450,000 for Spider Legs.
This is a less treacherous climb than the bonsai tree location in Karate Kid 3.
Way less treacherous.
Starts kicking the shit out of this robot.
That's his answer to everything. Kick it if it doesn't work. He goes off rope despite everyone's protestations. This thing's purposely trying to piss me off. You know what, Harry? It's working. And then Nancy notices some seismic activity. They're about to give him a heads up, but there's a rock slide on Terry and Spider Legs. Oh no.
Oh boy.
Everybody told him you're gonna die.
Pierce goes down after him. Terry's buried under rocks. He's got a broken leg. They call the douchebag helicopter pilot. We get an incredibly dramatic camera movement. What? This son of a bitch pilot wants to renegotiate his rate. This guy's a businessman.
This guy is the best businessman.
This guy is inventing surge pricing in front of our very eyes.
Fucking Stu Gotts, helicopter pilot. Incredible.
Just give him whatever he wants. Like everybody trying to get out of a concert after midnight in any city in America.
Yeah.
Pay the Uber. I don't give a fuck. Get me home.
They drop a cable to him. They're watching this whole thing on Spider Legs. They get hooked up and gets pulled out.
They're cheering him on as he grabs this cable.
Is Terry in blackface?
Oh.
Yes. Bingo.
They left behind the $450,000 robot.
They get him to the ground into an ambulance. Paul congratulates Pierce for a job well done.
Great job, Harry. Look, I don't want to talk out of turn, but I think we should call a meeting and put this town on alert. There's a hell of a lot of activity up there.
7.
Fucking do it. That's all I'm waiting for in this movie.
Harry, I know it was intense up there, but I don't want to cause a panic over a few minor tectonic quakes.
Minor?
The biggest one we measured was 2.9. And
I don't give a damn if it was a 1.
Harry.
Those quakes were shallow, Paul, damn shallow. I was up there. I felt them.
Harry, you
And
don't...
they weren't tectonic. They were magmatic. This thing is going to blow.
Harry, I'm warning you. I'm not going to have one of my people scaring the hell out of everybody because of guesswork and hunches. Another 48 hours will tell the tale. You get a grip.
Guesswork and hunches is absolutely what Pierce is doing. Again, I side with Dr. Paul.
Paul's sitting on the sidelines. Harry Dalton is in the game. He's on the front lines. The real analytics versus eye test argument from you here, and we know how it's going to play out.
I get it. No, I understand. I bet against Rocky. I get it.
Okay, Chevy. Terry's in the hospital. The whole team is bantering.
Terry, I think Spider Legs was just getting even with you for all the kicks in the butt. And I said, all right, maybe what I perceive to be 20 CB energy is just ass-on energy. Yeah. And I've just been making excuses this whole time.
I will not stand for this slander about Nancy. Pierce wants to cut the shit. He needs their help to convince Paul. They disagree with him. No evidence. And here comes a frog analogy.
My 9th grade science teacher once told me that if you put a frog in boiling water, it'll jump right out. But if you put it in cold water and heat it up gradually, it'll just sit there and slowly boil to death.
What's that, Harry? A recipe for frog soup?
Now I see it. It is absolutely ass-on.
It's my recipe for disaster.
This is the new Coughlin's Law. Dalton's recipe for disaster. If you listen to the Levitard show, I am going to reference Dalton's recipe for disaster henceforth. Because there are so many things in our everyday life that would be shocking if we were just introduced to that without the foreplay.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's the entire American experience so far this century is basically Dalton's recipe for disaster.
If we got here today, now, we'd know we were in hot water, and we'd put this town on alert.
Fucking do it! You are edging the fuck out of me with this push notification. Just push it.
Back at Motel HQ, they're showing Pierce that seismic activity is at 0. Been like that all week. There's nothing happening.
They've been there a week? It was supposed to be 48 hours.
All the jargon and science in the world says their work is finished. First thing in the morning, they're out of here. Elliot Blair wants to have dinner with Marilinda. She gives him the cold shoulder.
Is he playing speed pool? How fast is he going?
He's good.
This is killing me.
This is insane.
What can I say? It's a good shot.
Pierce can't stop staring at Linda, distracted by his horniness.
Well, she's eye fucking him.
He shakes this 8-ball shot.
Oh, yeah.
Worse than anybody has ever played pool. And somehow he loses. He doesn't even get it in the wrong pocket. Nope, you're done. $20.
Gives Greg the $20, which Greg then promptly rolls up and snorts coffee grounds right off the fucking bumper.
He boofs it.
Right out of Spiderleg's ass.
No, that's Terry. Greg likes coffee.
He goes, sits by the mayor, asks if she ever gets to Portland. No, I'm busy. Busy? What do you do for fun? Fun? What is that? Fun? Oh, I know. Fun is what you have when you don't have 2 children, a business, and a town to run.
She's a single mom, a mayor, and a coffee shop / country store owner.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
You're at a bar right now.
And thus begins the cock block cacophony as Paul comes in.
Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh.
His reaction to Paul coming up is the most relatable expression that any man has ever had.
Mezcal, you say?
They're behind me. I can't see their reaction because Zach is over here. Zach sees them react. He doesn't give me any sort of signal.
No, I gave the exact same look that Pierce Brosnan has there. Like, what are you doing?
Mike, I need you to notice the foist from Amin that just happened right there.
I'm just saying that Zach could have given me a heads up. I would have known, okay, this is working. Instead, I think they don't react. Oh, shit, maybe they didn't hear him. Let me just say, mezcal? There's a silence, and I realize the moment has passed and we've got nothing. So I just yelled out, mezcal, huh?
How many people were in this town that you did the mezcal thing?
7,400.
Yeah.
Any type of game would work.
One would think.
Pierce says that their presence is bad for business, and then Paul walks away.
Marilinda's got to relieve her babysitter. Pierce will walk her out.
Babysitter? What's Ruth doing? Why don't you just dump him at Ruth's house?
You know what Ruth's doing.
She's at the hot spring getting fucked.
She's up the mountain.
No, she's just making sure no black people came into town. That's Ruth's job.
Yeah, exactly.
Terry tries to call him back for more pool, but no.
You have to rush home by walking?
Yeah. Well, they gotta start now.
They don't have Uber, Zach. Well, I mean, they do, but it's a helicopter.
Yeah, it's a helicopter.
He can't pay the helicopter rate right now.
He leaves at 6 a.m. She wishes he wasn't leaving. He says they don't have to be there. Watch the mountain from Portland. And she's still throwing it at him.
Attaboy, let her know you're leaving first thing in the morning. That creates a sense of urgency.
And then here comes Dr. Jane Fox.
Nosy ass Jane.
With a drive-by cock block. She'll be talking about that for weeks.
Same note too, bro. Drive-by cock block by the same lady. Her judgy eyes. That's why there's no black people in this town. She just looks at folks judgmentally.
Pays the babysitter, kicks her out.
Babysitter is straight out of My So-Called Life.
Offers to make coffee. He declines. She insists on the coffee. I don't know how to tell you this, but I've never really cared for your coffee.
Mystery Line would be so proud right now.
They hug sexually?
They laugh, embrace, grasp each other.
What's happening?
What's the opposite of tension?
I haven't been with anybody in a long time. Same here.
We know.
No shit.
But you know what they say? It's like riding a bicycle. Once you've learned, you never forget.
And then he starts doing push-ups to show her.
Oh, him calling it a bicycle was jarring both times I watched this movie. It's like riding a bike, Pierce.
I was waiting for some clever play on words to happen.
It's like riding a volcano.
It was just a saying? That's the writing?
Yet another cock block. Lauren wakes up. She's thirsty.
This kid.
So is Mom, by the way. Mom's thirsty too.
It's a cock block all-stars right now.
Oh my God.
It's like playing Arkansas in the 90s right now. Guy's leaving in the morning. Let him get it in.
40 minutes of cock blocking right there.
Marylinda prays that she goes back to sleep, goes to get some water. It's brown. Oh no. Pierce sniffs it. Where's the water supply?
Oh no, they don't like anything brown in that town.
Is drinking anything tap water, just like I'm thirsty, opening tap water, is that 20 CB or is that a regional thing?
No, it's a regional thing.
Okay.
Regional, yeah, it still happens.
I drink tap water in San Francisco.
For real? You thirsty, you just open up the faucet?
Well, I put it in the fridge, but yeah.
In a Brita filter or in a regular jug?
No Brita filter, just glass bottle in the fridge.
Wow. And all that fentanyl, you're okay with it?
Hey man, it's been working.
Preferred.
How do you think I got this big?
That's a good point.
This is your favorite Butcher Turn podcast producer Maze here to tell you about ButcherBox. I love to cook, and the only thing better than cooking with ButcherBox is premium, high-quality meat and seafood that you can trust is not having to go to the grocery store. ButcherBox is delivered right to your doorstep. There's free shipping always. You can get a variety of high-quality cuts at an amazing value. I'm talking pork chops, chicken breasts, bacon, Alaskan salmon, chicken wings, pork tenderloin, ribeye steaks, sea scallops, chuck roast, chicken thighs, Gulf shrimp. Are you hungry yet? How about Rudy Gobert's favorite, filet mignon? All that and more can be yours. All you got to do is sign up at butcherbox.com/dings, D-I-N-G-S. New ButcherBox members that sign up using our link will receive their choice between ground beef, chicken wings, or bacon for free in every order for the lifetime of your subscription, plus $20 off when you visit butcherbox.com/dings and enter code DINGS, D-I-N-G-S at checkout.
Hey, listener, did you know you can now win up to 100 times your money on PrizePicks with as little as 4 correct picks? PrizePicks is the best way to get action on sports in over 30 states, including California, Florida, Georgia, and Texas. PrizePicks is the only real money daily fantasy platform with an injury insurance policy, so your lineups stay in play, even if one of your players gets injured. If your player leaves in the first half and doesn't return, guess what? PrizePicks keeps your lineup live. PrizePicks is the best place to get real money sports action. Join over 10 million users and sign up today. Sign up today and get $50 instantly. When you play $5, you don't even have to win. You still get that $50 bonus. It is guaranteed. And PrizePicks also offers weekly promotions that can lead to big payouts like Taco Tuesday. Each Tuesday, PrizePicks discounts select player projections up to 25% to provide even more value for your lineups. I know you think Justin Jefferson's going to get more than 83.5 yards next week. He probably will. He's great. If Christian McCaffrey ever runs again, if he ever plays again, more than 73.5 yards, 75.5 yards, 80.5 yards, yeah, he's probably going to do that too. Cook up some hot takes with your friends and win real money this football season when you and your crew run your game on PrizePicks. It is the best way to win real money. Which players are going to go off, which ones aren't. Make your picks in less than 60 seconds. Turn those sports opinions into real money all season long. Download the app today and use the code DING, D-I-N-G, to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup by downloading the app for PrizePicks and using the code DING, D-I-N-G. PrizePicks, run your game.
This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Upgrade your business with Shopify, home of the #1 checkout on the planet. Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning fewer carts going abandoned and more sales going cha-ching. So if you're into growing your business, get a commerce platform that's ready to sell wherever your customers are. Visit Shopify.com to upgrade your selling today.
Oh, it's such a clutch off-season pickup, Dave.
I was worried we'd bring back the same team.
I meant those blackout motorized shades.
Blinds.com made it crazy affordable to replace our old blinds.
Hard to install?
No, it's easy. I installed these and then got some for my mom. She talked to a design consultant for free and scheduled a professional measure and install.
Hall of Fame son.
They're the #1 online retailer of custom window coverings in the world.
Blinds.com is the GOAT.
Shop Blinds.com right now and get up to 40% off select styles. Rules and restrictions may apply.
So, you want to be a marketer. It's easy. You just have to score a ton of leads and figure out a way to turn them all into customers. Plus, manage a dozen channels, write a million blogs, and launch 100 campaigns all at once. When that's done, simply make your socials go viral and bring in record profits. No sweat. Okay, fine. It's a lot of sweat. But with HubSpot's AI-powered marketing tools, launching benchmark-breaking campaigns is easier than ever. Get started at HubSpot.com/marketers.
They drive out in the middle of the night with flashlights. It smells like sulfur. Pierce confirms sulfur dioxide.
She wakes up John Connor. Graham definitely fucks a hole in his mattress like the kid from Big Mouth, right? No? Okay.
The child.
I don't even know how to answer that.
I thought we watched Big Mouth. I thought everyone watched Big Mouth.
We're all adults here. Let's talk about this teenager.
Let's talk about this 9-year-old who goes to a diddling factory every day.
Come on. We're all adults here.
We saw the same thing in the Philippines on Mount Pinatubo.
Oh, we get it. You have a passport. Shut the fuck up. This mountain is a ticking bomb.
If you smell sulfur, do you need to smell the water after that?
No.
It's pretty strong, you know?
It's not coming from the squirrels.
I'm going to go out on a limb here. I don't think you need to go to the water supply.
At all.
I think the brown water in the sink is good enough evidence.
Put the fucking town on alert already.
Put this town on alert. Put this town on alert. Put this town on alert.
Magma.
How would John Taffer react to this tap water situation to me?
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
7,400 people take a bath here every day. And you've got brown tap water.
You lazy son of a bitch. You've never cleaned this kitchen at all. You've been serving this. You're going to kill somebody.
What I did is I had my friends from Blair Industries come out. And they replaced the entire water system in the town.
Down the mountain, back to the motel, knocks on Paul's door. I've got your scientific evidence right here. Mm-hmm. Runs the sink, shows them the poo water. Now they're in Jargon HQ. Quake's beginning to swarm. Gas readings going up too. National Guard can't come till tomorrow. And then finally, 53 minutes into this movie.
Call the mayor. Have her put the town on alert. I'll call the FAA.
Put your tray tables in their upright and locked position. Make sure all your carry-on items are stowed below your seat or in the cabin above, because we have fucking plot liftoff finally.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Maze?
But I realized that this movie isn't about putting the town on alert. It's about not putting the town on alert. That's what the plot of this movie is.
No, it's about Linda Hamilton never getting fucked. That's what this movie's about.
Being cock-blocked by a volcano?
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
By everybody.
The whole town. Everybody.
What Paul realizes in this moment is that if they merely put the town on alert, the emergency government entities that are there to mobilize quickly have an alert in place.
Oh.
Therefore, they can do this stuff quicker.
That's crazy.
It would be wonderful if they just put the town on alert.
Oh, no, but Mike, what if the general store got trampled and now they can't go back and work there someday? That's what they're worried about.
Look, guys, some people care.
No, they only care about Blair Industries, man. You don't want to spook Blair Industries.
Well, Blair Industries is bringing $18 million. What are you bringing? Panic.
Well, exactly. They don't want to spook it.
She goes on TV, asks all the residents to attend a public meeting to discuss the evacuation of their town.
Why not just tell them to evacuate?
No one's leaving.
Why are they calling a fucking meeting? Everybody's freaking the fuck out, including us. This is the dumbest plan.
Why is there?
She's a bad mayor.
It's not her fault.
She's a shitty barista and she's an even worse mayor.
I think she's great at both.
Announcing a meeting to discuss evacuation is basically telling people to evacuate, isn't it?
No.
Mike, you're in Miami. Maze, you're in San Francisco. Zach, you're in LA. If the mayor of the city came on TV and said, we're having a meeting at the high school tomorrow at 6 to discuss evacuation because it's impending disaster. Are you guys waiting till 6 o'clock to go to this meeting?
No.
You get the fuck out of here.
I'm leaving within the hour.
I mean, that's the difference between living in Miami or San Francisco and living in the intimate town of Dante's Peak where everybody has a voice.
They shouldn't.
What's the voice? Either you're evacuating or you're not. That's it. There's no gray area here.
They put the town on alert. The alert should be get the fuck out. But for whatever reason, the alert is meet at the high school at 6 p.m.
So I can tell you how to evacuate.
Can't meet earlier?
They don't have drinking water in the town.
No.
Nobody noticed.
What are they waiting for? Just leave.
Get the fuck out.
The cop is driving around in the loudspeakers. He tells people, everyone, gather your belongings and evacuate immediately. Nope. He's telling everybody, 6 o'clock. Since the game is over.
I want that know-it-all bitch Ruth to go drink that tap water to prove that there's nothing wrong. Go swallow some sulfur.
Ruth was skinny dipping in the fucking hot spring.
Cluster walks to the conference room asking when the mountain's going to blow. They try to calm him down.
Just put up a new sign. I hope nothing happens.
I mean, he's got a good point.
She can't get Ruth to come down from her cabin. Pierce gets on the phone, tries to tell her. She hangs up.
I'm not leaving, and that's that.
Dude, it's like a 2-day road trip.
Linda's pissed. Stupid woman. Tells the kids to pack. They'll be back soon. Lauren keeps calling Ruth.
She leaves her children unattended.
Bad mother, too.
Terrible decision. Bring them with you to the gym.
She's 0 for 3, Zach.
The gymnasium is super duper full. No one leave without a printed copy of the emergency evacuation plan, which says get the fuck out in very small print.
Now, Zach, Dante's Peak High School, did you catch what their mascot is?
No, I didn't. Is it the Whites?
It's the Miners.
Oh.
A miner.
The camera rotates around to show a huge pitcher of water in the foreground on the table.
Where'd they get this clean water?
Great question.
Dude.
They had to boil the fuck out of that water.
They dumped bottles of Evian into that pitcher.
Yeah, did they buy the bottles of water, then empty it into a pitcher just to have it sit out there?
Had to have.
I guess that would make sense. You don't want people to panic, right?
Pierce starts talking. Elliot Blair tells Les, I'm out of here before it all hits the fan. No, not Blair Industries. They're going to turn the town around.
But then, Pierce, these are just precautionary measures. We don't want to start a panic.
And the huge pitcher of water that was placed there, Chekhov's pitcher, starts shaking.
Mother Nature says, hold my beer. Here's your fucking alert.
Hold my pitcher.
Guys, it's not water at all.
It's exposition.
It's a martini.
Bond. James Bond.
How do you like your martini, sir?
Stirred in a half carafe.
By the way, in this scene, Brosnan's accent, it wasn't hanging on at all before, but if it is hanging on, it's by a thread. This whole scene where he has to raise his voice, underline, push. All of a sudden, he's barking instruction to Lewis Hamilton over the headset. It's the strangest thing. What happens to his accent in this scene?
Mike, you know, he's from the town of, and so when that happens, you know, and people raise their voice, that's how they sound.
Guadalajara.
Typical.
This volcano has been edging for 57 minutes, and finally, we get a little bit of a climax.
People are charging out of the gymnasium. Pierce starts screaming to be calm and not to push. Yeah, that'll work.
I'm really glad that we put the town on alert so we can get everyone in town in a confined area.
This dude starts getting trampled, is screaming there like a little Ruth. And then Pierce comes and helps up. He's fine now.
Yeah.
All of a sudden he's fine.
And as the mountain has blown its top in a huge smoke cloud, we've hit plot overdrive.
Has it blown its top, or is it a painting of a mountain that's blown its top?
They painted that top blown right off.
Because all they do, I realize, is pan upward. So you don't notice the smoke isn't moving.
They love a good pan.
Peter Pan.
Pan's Labyrinth.
Shout out to Mike's CT5 #1 villain.
Captain Hook.
From Peter Pan?
Peter Pan's Labyrinth.
Captain Hook? No. No.
I was embarrassed.
You guys remember a couple hours ago when Mike had a stroke?
It's the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
Nancy is excited to see the real thing. Looks like it's about to blow its top. Woo!
Church steeple comes off.
4 clusters. New sign topples over. We are 1 minute into a fucking emergency, and there's already a car T-boning another car in the parking lot with people sprinting next to it.
Have to. 2 minutes later, the mayor remembers she has children.
Dog. She's not the only one. There's a random child crying on a doorstep. Did everyone abandon their children?
Yeah.
Panda fucking monium as Pierce hops in the Silverado.
Stuffed bunny. Kind of ass off there.
Oh.
Pierce can't get Paul on the radio as they drive off. Paul gets on. Pierce tells him they're getting her kids and then they'll help.
For whatever it's worth, you were right and I was wrong. I'm sorry.
Not the time, dipshit.
Dr. Paul, I got your back. You ain't got to apologize for shit, man. Just because that dude's random hunch was right? Come on, man.
But he just bought a boat named Live Forever, so he has to say that before he gets on board.
Freeway collapses. These cars are fucked.
What is this freeway construction?
I've never seen a small town with overpasses and spaghetti junctions.
It's the fucking Bay Bridge. This is insane.
It's the 89 World Series, man.
This is the part where Tapper says 15,000 cars go past this place every day.
Linda's hypnotized by the eruption. Pierce says, she's blowing. She's going.
Put this town on alert.
She's blowing.
As they're driving and they're bumping around.
Driving like bingos.
She's coming continuously. She's coming hard.
This whole scene is a Universal Studios ride. Just in case this thing makes $400 million. Like, well, we got to put it in.
They drove down an alley full of sparks and debris. There's buildings collapsing all over the place.
Stones and bricks bouncing like they're balls at a fucking Dick's Sporting Goods.
Mike's background update is a little premature.
No. Too soon.
We're not there yet.
They drive past a burning gas station, and I was thinking, man, she's got to think the re-election campaign is not going to go well.
Gas stations catch on fire for no reason.
The smoke cloud is getting crazy. They keep doing this beautiful pan up to the painting of the volcano, pan down to what's actually happening. They're driving across the bridge.
This is where the money's going, by the way, Zach. This entire scene of the city being demolished.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Graham is driving the truck. He tells Lauren to put on her seatbelt. Oh, good. They're being proactive, and they're driving away from the volcano, right?
Nope. They're going to get Grandma.
P.S. Don't be mad.
Why does Pierce drive right into the river?
Because he wanted to activate the fucking daisy chain, baby. Double team to Dante's Peak, driving right through a river.
Maze, please clip her saying,
You're out of your mind. Oh, you're out of your mind.
oh, you're out of your mind. She is coming hard as he goes through the river.
I didn't like that.
And as he drives in this massive 4x4 with the snorkel through the water, these stupid fucks.
These bingos.
In a fucking Chevy Caprice follow behind him? What are you, fucking morons?
Yes.
And it's coming right at them.
He says they're insane, as if what he did, you don't know how deep that river is, man.
Exactly.
Mike, he's got Chekhov's snorkel. He's been dying to use it.
Sure, but his wheels are spinning and nothing. I said, motherfucker, you're not James Bond. It doesn't turn into a hydrocraft.
There's a crazy amount of water in that truck.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. Don't worry.
And he's such a man. Everything is fine. Are we stuck? No, we're not.
We don't need to ask directions. I know where we're going.
His answer, as always, is to mash the accelerator. That's how he gets out of everything in this movie, is stomp on the gas.
While saying it's not an issue.
I do not understand underwater car physics, but fine. Okay. This car that drifts into them, it seems to help.
It knocked them loose.
And give them the nudge that they need to cross the river.
It saves their life.
No airbags or shit. No side airbags. No front airbags. Just pushes the other car. That's it.
The driver behind the wheel is turning the wheel like mad. Ass off.
You're floating.
You're floating, you dipshit.
Ass off.
Gas station explodes for no reason.
Yeah.
These kids can't see through the ash, doesn't know how to make the windshield wipers go faster.
He would have crashed.
This fucking helicopter pilot.
It looked like I Am Legend, the way that people were climbing onto the shit. And then somebody says, I'll give you $15,000 in cash.
That's Elliot Blair of Blair Industries, and less.
Charging $15,000 cold, hard cash.
Cold cash, baby.
He had it on him.
Lock in. My golden dumpster is this helicopter pilot's business plan.
You're fucked, Dr. Paul.
Paul's like, you're going to get some ash in there.
You're fucked. You're absolutely fucked.
Paul trying to stop the helicopter pilot, bathed in blue light and drenched in ash.
Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh.
Quite an image.
Takes off before Paul can warn him. It almost immediately starts going down and crashes right in front of where Pierce is driving. I mean, immediately.
Maze, I need you to fire up the San Diego Supercharger. Because as the helicopter takes off.
No.
There's not a lot of visibility.
No.
There's a mountain. And I had to ask myself, is anybody going to
San Diego Supercharger, San Diego Charger, San Diego Supercharger, San Diego Chargers.
That's really terrible.
I couldn't have been the only one thinking it.
You were.
They radio for fire services for the chopper down. They tell him he doesn't have enough time to go get those kids. The kids get to grandma. This dog fucking bolts because it's an animal.
Ruffy's out, heading towards the magma.
This is what animals do in natural disasters.
Again, did not register for a second there was a dog.
Even now?
I heard her say Ruffy, and I was like, oh, her brother again. Okay.
They start chasing the dog.
Amin's got exceptional dog blindness.
I gotta be with Amin.
Wow.
Usually there's more of a connection between the audience and a dog in a movie, and there's multiple times in this movie, we still haven't even gotten to the best one, where the dog surprises you. Like, oh yeah, there's a dog in this movie.
Oh yeah.
That's when I discovered there was a dog.
The third time.
There's Ruffy. I'm like, he's sitting right next to you. What are you talking about? And then they show us, who the fuck is this guy?
Some incredibly realistic clouds and lightning. I love this painting.
Why is lightning shooting across the sky instead of at the ground?
That's how that works with volcanoes.
I don't know, Zach, how many volcanic eruptions have you experienced in your life?
Volcanic eruptions? Not many.
Exactly.
Except for that one time.
Sexual eruption. Yeah. Sexual eruption. Whoa. Orgasm. Sexual eruption. Sexual eruption. Whoa. Sexual eruption.
Now Pierce is driving through complete obscurity, swerved to avoid a rock slide.
She can't believe her kids did this. I'm like, your kids are terrible. You can't believe your kids did this? You got bad kids.
You raised one hell of a driver.
Hey, look, hold on. Time out. Wait a second. I know this show's all about shitting on kids and shit, but do you blame them? A volcano's blowing up. You want them to sit their ass at home?
No, drive away from it.
They drove to the volcano.
Fuck grandma.
They're not smart. They're kids.
Exactly. They're bad kids.
They're dumb kids. They're not bad. They're just dumb.
They're dumb. Look, Ruth didn't want any part of those kids either. Ruth said, I'm staying here. I don't want to be with my grandkids.
I'm good.
She used them as an excuse to go to the hot springs to see if people were fucking.
Yep.
But think about this. If Ruth had looked after the kids the night before, then Pierce Brosnan and Sarah Connor never go to the faucet, never figure out that the water is dirty, and they're just fucking. They're fucking all night long.
Amin, she couldn't give that away. What are you talking about? They would never fuck. There was always going to be a bird, a squirrel, something would have cock-blocked them.
No, Zach, it's like riding a bicycle.
Riding a bicycle.
Once you pop, you never stop.
Once you pop, you can't stop.
A tree branch falls. They plow over it. Now the road is blocked behind them. They make it to the cabin. Everyone's reunited in the ash storm. We get some uplifting music.
There are high bouncing rocks.
Ruth resents their glaring looks, tells them to leave her.
You're looking at me like this is my fault.
Mayor Linda tells her we would, but actually a landslide wiped out the road.
Ruth is being a real see you next Tuesday. That's my nose.
Oh, shit.
Back at Jargon HQ, they're trying to get settled.
We've had plenty of minor eruptions already. Maybe we're over the hump.
Yeah, I hope.
Get real, Beavis. She's just clearing her throat. She hasn't even started to sing yet.
Liquid hot magma.
Now we see that magma coming down. Pierce radios in, tells them where they are. Paul will send a helicopter, not without cash.
You don't have any more helicopters.
Would you stay in this situation?
If you're Paul?
No.
Paul says, are you okay? And clearly, Pierce Brosnan says, leave, do not wait. What was that? Do not wait.
Well, the static cuts him out so we can't hear him.
No, he doesn't cut him out. We hear through the radio, don't wait. And then Paul says, what? I'm like, he said don't wait, get the fuck out of there. And Paul then announces, I'm going to wait.
Well, because he's feeling guilty, I mean.
Would you stay in that situation?
No, it doesn't do you any good. You can't stop a volcano. The only thing you can do is get people out. You know how you do that? By getting the fuck out of there.
Yep.
If only there were a way to make this all easier, because it seems so rushed now. Man, don't these people wish they had more lead time if there was only some sort of alert?
Put this town on alert.
If only there had been an alert.
Sarah Connor's shitting on her mother-in-law relentlessly now. It's finally all coming out.
This mountain's never gonna hurt us. Believe me.
Do you watch the fucking news? It's erupting.
You're such a fool, Ruth. Come on.
We have no evidence they actually have a local news channel.
No, we do. Remember when she addresses the town?
There's a terrible studio that Mayor Linda goes to at one point.
Wait, hold on. They had a news station?
Yeah, local access news.
Well, she wants to tell the town, hey, we're going to all meet.
Why didn't she just go to the news station? Why did they put them in the gym?
She put them on alert that there's a town hall meeting in the fucking gym.
This could have been a push notification.
Ruth chooses a hell of a time to look at this photograph.
Look at this photograph. Every Every time I do, it makes me laugh.
Ruth has dementia.
This was taking the summer we built this place. Brian was 6 months old.
Thank God that Linda keeps it real. Same note too, Linda.
No time for a trip down memory lane with us.
Yo, Preston? Preston Myers, Luke, what's going on, man?
Every time you think that Ruth can't be more miserable, more awful, she finds a way to top herself and endanger more people. Like, they've already risked life and limb to come there, and now you're making everybody wait.
She loves her baby boy. She loves Brian.
Mike, the absolute worst thing that could happen to Ruth is that she stays alive.
100%. If she lives through all of this, she's taking thousands more with her.
7,500 around, give or take.
CGI lava starts flowing through that cabin.
This is the best green screen of the entire movie.
It is. It is really good green screen.
It's incredible.
Quick question about the lava, because historically, lava does not sneak up on people.
But this is Kool-Aid Man lava. This shit burst through.
Liquid hot magma.
The wall light's on fire, and then all of a sudden it's pouring hot lava into the cabin, but just that part of the cabin. Not the sidewalls. The sidewalls are intact.
The lava pours into that cabin like she pours coffee into his mug. All over the place.
Splashing it.
I just realized, Zach, when he says, I'm not a fan of your coffee, it's because she fucking
burned him with it.
She gave him 3rd-degree burns.
Oh, shit. It's all making sense.
Vehicles are toast. They all head to the water to get in the boat. As they boat away, they notice the fish are all dead in the lake. Pierce notices the boat is taking on contaminated water. Tells them not to touch it and put their feet up.
Volcanic activity has turned the lake to acid. Mary Linda is learning quickly. Acid eats metal.
Is the boat going to sink? He lies. Says no.
Graham offers Lauren his crystal to reassure her. This works because girls love shiny things.
Zach is going to pull this in his next date.
Have to.
Now Pierce starts singing Row, Row, Row Your Boat. Everybody joins in. Clip it.
Row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, merrily,
Your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, merrily, merrily.
your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, merrily, merrily,
Down the stream. Merrily, merrily, merrily,
your
merrily.
boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but
Down the stream.
your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, merrily,
My golden dumpster, he pulls out the motor and realizes it's been eaten away by the acid. And he says very softly, oh shit. I fucking laughed so goddamn hard, man.
The prop's gone. And then, this is my Sean Astin, okay? He wraps his hand in a jacket and paddles one-handed. Everything about this, his jacket would get eaten by acid.
Of course!
He wouldn't generate enough torque or motion to move the boat.
No one wants to point this out. The amount of acid it would take to make the lake so acidic that if you put a piece of metal in there, it will be eaten away before you get 50 yards or whatever. It's insane. There's not enough acid in that fucking volcano to come out. Just get out and fucking run. And I realized they think it's like a cartoon. Like you get in there, you get turned into a skeleton immediately.
Well, luckily, Grandma Ruth has never seen those cartoons because she hops out of the boat and saves everybody by dragging them to the dock.
She's not a hero.
Her nookie's on fire.
Ass off for Ruth, screaming in agony, trying to get to shore.
She pulled him about 4 feet.
Better than fucking Pierce is doing with this bullshit ass jacket hand. Come on.
Pierce was doing what any reasonable red-blooded man from ambiguous places would. I've been trying to fuck this woman for 3 days. I'm just going to take it out jacket.
Get me to shore, whatever it takes.
If he's been trying to fuck her, he would have fucked her. He doesn't want to fuck her.
No, so he just takes it out in jacket.
The dock collapses as they run off of it. The boat is sinking. Now Pierce is clutching and cradling Ruth.
Ruth intentionally committed suicide.
She doesn't even want to be around herself anymore.
No.
The path that she takes, the dock is right there. But no, she's just like,
why would you?
It's got like Peyton Hillis's field vision.
I really hope Ruth is on the next Madden cover.
Stiff arming acid.
All right, sun comes up. We got the National Guard coming to town. There's ash everywhere. The fucking sheriff.
This thing's gonna blow.
Is the volcano done erupting?
No.
At this point, I thought it was.
No. She's just clearing her throat.
Pierce is carrying Ruth across his shoulders.
Dude, Ruth's jeans cost $300 nowadays, and all the bad broads have them.
Absolutely.
That's so great.
You see how that shit look, man? You know how many girls rocking them jeans right now, man?
My legs are very badly burnt.
They lie to her, say she's going to be okay. Kid tries to give Ruth the crystal. She says, you keep it for good luck. Yeah, it's working.
Mayor Linda apologizes. Ruth says she's a fool. My son's the biggest fool of all. He never should have run off and hurt you all like that.
He's dead.
No. He sounds like the smartest person in this fucking town because he realized, I'm not staying here. I'm getting the fuck out.
Population 7,399.
There you go.
Mayor says she's a fool for not giving Ruth a chance. Sounds like you did.
Kids are crying. Ruth's packing it in. I get to stay on my mountain. Beep, bop, boop. You are dead.
And then the most ass-on cry ever from this bingo child.
All right, look, a lot's happened to these kids. They think it's a good idea to watch grandma die.
Yeah, what could be the harm in that?
Cut to the ground breaking, water rushing, avalanche happening. Paul radios to nobody.
It's a massive flood coming down the mountain.
So Dr. Paul is leaving after all.
Well, they got everybody out.
But the good news is that Harry never heard him say, I'm not going to leave without you. So
right.
It doesn't really matter, right?
You're off the hook.
Yep, absolutely.
Take care. Take great care.
The dam breaks. They get to the ranger station. They hotwire a truck. They drive off.
How does he know how to hotwire a truck?
Volcanology.
Sean Astin.
He picked it up in Guatemala.
He's James fucking Bond. And Zach is getting very excited as he busts through this fence.
Oh, I love that.
May, same note too. I said, drives through the fence. So there's Zach's file for this miserable ass movie because the guy drove through a fence.
Mike, the thing in movies that seems like the most fun to me is driving through a fence. I have to do that at some point in my life.
It's so 90s that in the disaster movies, the keys are always in the car or the cars are always unlocked. This is the first time that the keys aren't in the thing above.
In the visor, yeah.
I was led to believe that keys are always in the visor.
Not here, but thankfully he knows how to hotwire it and he gains access because everyone leaves their car unlocked in a town of 7,000 white people, I guess.
National Guard, Paul, and the crew try to drive across the bridge before it's destroyed.
Hold on, National Guard. They are on some fucking Sean Diddy Combs shit.
Whoop.
How are y'all going to push the Hummer for the summer while my man Dr. Paul follows in the Econo line with the goggles?
By himself.
Why? Just get in the back of the fucking Hummer.
There's a house floating down the river. It crashes into the bridge, starts knocking it loose. Now the Hummers have to get some air, some sweet air off the bridge. Paul's stuck in the van. It can't get traction. The bridge is flipping over, and like Mike's background, he climbs out. He's got the dumbest look on his face.
I laughed so hard.
Hold on.
I laughed so hard when he died.
Before we get to the look on Dr. Paul's face, look at the team, right? You've got Stan, who's ass off. He's shocked at what's happening. You've got Greg, who's clearly thinking about his next cup of coffee. When's he going to get it? What kind?
He's going through coffee withdrawals. It's been a couple days.
Nancy's ass on.
Ass off.
Who looks like her college team just missed an 18-yard field goal to go off in the fourth quarter. She's doing surrender cobra right now. She's not looking at her mentor and boss dying.
No, she can't believe they paid Northern Illinois $4 million to come beat their ass at home. That's what she can't believe.
Exactly. She looks like she didn't cover the spread. And then we see Dr. Paul, and I said, R.I.P. Dr. Paul. I always felt you were ass off in life as you were in death. Golden dumpster. And he gives us a Wilhelm scream.
Yep. Same note too, as he falls off the bridge.
Cut to Pierce driving the fan. Road is blocked by cooling magma.
Liquid hot magma.
She wanted to know if he could drive across it. The volcanologist is going to try. Not a real job.
Grandma can't die again to bail you out this time, Pierce.
Yeah.
Sean Astin part 2.
It explodes instantly.
The tires in the truck immediately catch on fire. Why? Because the volcanologist wanted to drive across magma.
Magma.
He wanted to drive up the magma highway.
Magma.
Zach, now to be fair, he did back up 2 feet in order to gain some momentum as he slowly moves across the magma.
This is all-time Cinephobe stupidity.
And he somehow guns his way through it with Ghost Rider tires, and they pick up Ruffy on the way.
Ruffy's back.
Wait a goddamn minute. Not only do they get free, which I cannot figure out for the life of me how that happened, but they found a dog on a stack of rocks.
Pride Rock.
I guarantee you this is when Amin realized there was a dog in this movie.
Yes, I said, what? Ruffy is the dog?
They drive by. He jumps in the back. How is this truck drivable? How did this dog survive? Now they're back in town.
It took us 8 years to build the town up. And I said, you guys went from nothing to number 2 in 8 years.
All right, she might be a pretty good mayor.
Dude.
This town is 8 years old? What?
I had a feeling that 8 years ago it was a piece of shit.
It's a bigger shithole now.
And then they fixed it over 8 years, mostly by deporting the coloreds.
Oh.
Had to be said.
News crews have assembled. Crew of the USGS gets out of the Humvee to watch the mountain explode. He runs into the cluster's conference room, grabs the elf, then looks at the seismometers. So he sees this thing is real close to exploding. He says, not yet. We're so close. What?
I think he's telling her.
Just what they need the elf for. And his answer is, it may just come in handy. Oh, I wonder if it will.
The laziest goddamn writing ever, man.
Now the peak is exploding.
The volcano explodes, and she says, what is that?
You don't have to be a fucking volcanologist to figure out
it's a volcano.
That this mountain is exploding.
What are we doing?
What do you think's been happening this entire movie?
What have we been doing for the last 20 minutes? At least.
Because she's just been thinking, how can I get some of that Welsh or Guatemalan dick or wherever the fuck he's been? It's a pyroclastic cloud. Cloud is right on their ass. He says not to look back. Of course they do. They're bad kids. Decimates this shanty town. Everything's exploding. He drives right into the mine.
And I said, Zach definitely is filing this.
Like it's a goddamn bat cave.
Broke through it, and I said, oh, it's the diddling mine from the beginning of the movie.
The crew sees the explosion. Terry simply goes, so long, Harry. So long. What?
It's Mike. 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 Mike's right. To the audio audience, it's Ruth.
Mike's been a little silent because he's been photoshopping Ruth onto the goddamn Madden cover.
You could take the producer out of the podcast, but you could take the producer out of Mike Ryan.
The sight gag for an audio podcast.
They crash into the mine. They kick the windshield out. They bring the kids out. They say, Graham, lead the way. Show us where those older boys used to touch you.
Oh.
Zach, crashing through metal doors of a mine shaft, is that Super Saiyan driving through a fence?
No, I need a chain link fence.
You're only into fences.
I want the fence that's going to blow apart as I drive through that bitch. That's what I want.
More Volcano Eruption B-roll as the nerds watch the nuclear bomb cloud.
He takes him to a hideout where there's a flashlight, chips, crackers, and drinks. What is this, a Delta lounge?
He's lucky. He's got upgraded to business class. He even has tape decks so they can listen to some hot tunes for the 7 days they're down there.
They have a lot of tapes.
That's a real Tower Records down there.
I wonder if he has MF Doom.
Damn, Pierce forgot Elf in the truck. The NASA transmitter they were testing. Send a signal so people know they're down there. I have to go back for it. And then he literally proposes that they go down to Florida. They get a boat named Live Forever so they can do some deep sea fishing.
The child starts freaking out again. And I said, you know what, kid? You've been a real Debbie Downer. Relax, number one. Number two, he sits the kid on his lap and asks Graham.
Inappropriate.
Overly familiar.
Have you ever been deep sea fishing? In the same way the captain in Airplane asks, Joey, you ever hang around the gymnasium? You like movies about gladiators?
So he proposes this whole thing about let's go to Florida. And of course, no Lay Linda is like, yeah, sounds great. Let's go.
Let's go.
She's offering her children as human sacrifice to this monster. Get a line and tie Ruffy up. I said, look, if Ruffy can't sit his black ass down there, let him die.
I don't think Ruffy can die. This is a super dog.
He's the ruffiest, toughiest dog in our dog inventory.
This is Puffin from It's Always Sunny.
As soon as he walks 2 feet away, massive cave in. They're separated.
He gives us our second soft shit
of
the movie. And I asked, how many shits do you get in a PG-13? You get one fuck. How many shits do you get?
Probably like 4 or 5. But if you whisper them, it doesn't count. It happens again in the truck. It broke the bone?
Arm coming through his skin. He crawls into the truck,
Why?
which is buckling under the weight.
Why?
Drama, Zach.
Does it make any sense to you? The way that the bone breaks through the skin, it defies.
No.
There's like a whole Reddit post on how this is impossible for the bone to break this way through that part of the arm.
This is impossible. Not lava coming out of a painting. That's not impossible. But this.
It's James Bond, not Mission Impossible.
This is r/Dante's Peak. Which Mike started a month ago when he started his barrage of viewings.
I will say, though, that this scene, for a movie that's not very good.
For a movie that's not very good, I'm not going to forgive that caveat.
For a movie that is not perceived to be very good.
There you go. By the critics.
This is a file for me. Spoiler alert.
Oh.
For a film that's not looked at as a good movie, this scene in the cave is actually really well done.
What?
It's a tense scene. The directing is really good. The sound mixing is exceptional.
Sound mixing.
The lighting, the acting, everything about this scene where the roof is literally caving in on Pierce Brosnan is so well done. It's actually really good. It still holds up. I did like the video game meme. In the fourth quarter, I started sitting up at the edge of my seat.
You leaned in.
Yeah.
Like Ruth is in the red zone.
I was sitting there waiting for this goddamn movie to end.
Really?
He turns Elf on.
How does he turn it on, Zach? He kicks it repeatedly.
Starts kicking the shit out of it.
Terry would be proud.
Rocks are basically inside of him at this point.
Rocks are on the roof. The roof collapses on him.
There is not a chance they get to him in time.
Agree with you completely. Terry crutches his way to Nerd HQ in Portland, asks how long the light has been blinking. It's the elf light. Thank you, NASA. Thank you, NASA. Thank you, NASA. The guy in the HQ says it's been a day or two. Then there's an army of people digging out the mine.
The amount of time it takes to coordinate digging out a collapsed mine.
It's been at least 5 days.
It could be all 7,400 people that town digging out that mine.
He shit himself 3 times.
He's dead.
Well, okay, but let's say he's alive.
Was it making that beeping noise the entire time?
Yes.
He would have gone insane.
Well, I'm not going to say this joke that I was going to say.
Coward.
Anything's better than having to hear Ruth talk for 5 minutes.
All right, supercharge this. They let it go for days because they thought it was with the dying battery. So they're like, oh, don't want to go rescue him.
That's a great joke, man.
It is a good joke.
That's a great joke. Well done.
You wouldn't imagine the amount of poorly produced recruiting podcasts that I've heard with Elf going off in the background. That's what that was the entire time.
The nerds arrive in a helicopter. Everyone is cheering and clapping. What is going on? They don't know it's the end of the movie.
They tell him that Paul didn't make it. And Terry says, at least he got to see the show. What?
The show. They made it to the show.
Mr. Show.
He also calls Elf the old tin box, because that's an expression from I don't know where he's from.
They got him out. She and the kids were a bunch of yards deeper into that mine, right?
Full cave in.
But they had the food.
So it took days to then get them out, right?
No.
Oh.
Minutes.
They just had to move the truck.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And once they got out the way, we're fine.
By the time he walked out of the cave, got his arm in a sling, they found the kids who had been actually listening to Harry Connick Jr. and having crackers the entire time. They were cool. They were pretty chill.
He's got to have an absolute cacophony of infections in that open wound from the bone breaking through the skin, right?
What do you mean?
Oh,
he's fine.
And not a single shit stain in those khakis.
And then they share the most romantic, filthy, disgusting 7 days of being trapped in a landslide mine kiss.
Everybody claps?
Yeah.
Why?
They know how long she's waited for some dick.
Please clap.
They bring the kids in for a group hug. In the helicopter, Graham, he locks up ass on because he delivers this line. Not a single word is connected to the next. Did you really mean what you said about taking us fishing?
Sure did.
I'm your dad now, kids.
Sure did or Shoreditch?
Shoreditch.
Which is it? Where are you from?
Shoreditch is where he's from. It's a town in Northern Ireland.
Weird forearm handshake as they fly away in the helicopter. The camera pans to this majestic volcano painting.
Roll credits.
8 minutes of credits.
8.
How did Harry not come out and say, I told you so? Next time you listen to me.
Well, Paul was dead.
Who cares if you lose the game? You got this off your chest. I mean, it's just one night of bar trivia.
One night of bar trivia is sacrosanct to us.
Trivia is sacrosanct. Cast and crew of this movie found themselves in a distribution race with 20th Century Fox, which was producing Volcano at the time. Due to a sped up production schedule, this movie reached theaters almost 3 months earlier than Volcano and had better box office success.
Trash.
Most of the film's exteriors were shot in Wallace, Idaho. Dante's Peak and surrounding scenery were then digitally added. Can you believe that?
Mm-hmm.
All crater scenes were shot at Mount St. Helens. The volcanic ash was really fine newspaper shavings. A great many special effects in the movie were practical special effects using real-world models or full-size properties and vehicles.
Pierce Brosnan said in a press interview shortly after the film's release that he practiced shouting the line, "It's a pyroclastic cloud," in front of a mirror for 6 days prior to shooting the scene. Brosnan stated, quote, "It is the movie's key emotional scene, and I needed to get the enunciation just right. That's acting," end quote.
It's a pyroclastic cloud.
We have to stay ahead of it.
He said that he practiced his accent for 6 days.
Mike, is this movie better with Michael Douglas or Kurt Russell as the lead?
No.
There you go. There you have it. According to Roger Donaldson on the DVD commentary, the camera Pierce Brosnan uses when he first investigates the volcano surroundings is Brosnan's own.
The story of Ruth refusing to leave was inspired by actual events. In 1980, when Mount St. Helens was about to blow, local resident Harry R. Truman, not to be confused with Harry S. Truman, who was living in a failed tourist lodge that he had owned for 50 years, adamantly refused to leave. He was interviewed on camera and pointedly warned, but he insisted that the danger was being wildly exaggerated. Meanwhile, David Johnson, a principal scientist on the USGS team, had taken up a position to view the north face of the mountain. He was 6 miles away. At 8:32 a.m. on May 18, 1980, he radioed the message, "Vancouver, Vancouver, this is it." Seconds later, he was killed by the lateral blast, which removed the entire side of the mountain. In 1993, 13 years after the blast, road construction workers discovered what turned out to be the remnants of Johnson's USGS trailer. Neither his body nor the body of Truman were ever found. The pyroclastic flows began at a speed of 225 miles per hour and accelerated to 675 miles per hour, almost at the speed of sound. Johnson was impacted at a speed of about 360 miles per hour.
Roger Donaldson was attracted to the project, having once been a geology student, but not a volcanology student.
Took Volcanology 101.
Exact.
Fraud.
NASA really did build a robot with spider legs. It was named Dante, and it cost $1.7 million to develop, and they left it behind in the crater.
The most part of inner shots in halls and rooms are filmed at Dutch angle. It's a technique where the camera is rotated to 25 and 45 grades respect to the horizon.
And the director farts underneath it.
God damn it, Dutch! What other errands do you have us running for the DA?
The film attracted geologists to create a dedicated information page to reach out to students interested in science, including the U.S. Geological Survey. The fact-checking on the USGS's information page concluded in many but not all respects, the movie's depiction of eruptive hazards hits close to the mark. On the other hand, 2 professors at the Lewis Clark State College panned the movie for understating the negative effects of a possible false alarm. This film is a popular viewing and discussion topic in science classes in the United States.
Really? That's real?
No.
That wasn't just Shane C. in the comments?
No. I'm not buying. You can't possibly believe that, Maze, and then dismiss the citrus community and the movie Cobra. Not having it. Don't read that like it's a fucking fact after what you did to the citrus community.
Sorry, I didn't take citrus class in high school. Maybe Cobra would have come up.
Well, guess what? None of these motherfuckers took a Volcanology 101 either, because it's not real.
Dante's Peak got its name from Dante's Inferno.
Yeah, no shit.
Which describes a trip into hell.
Otherwise known as Night with Ruth.
Yeah, Ruth's house.
I'd like you all to do an experiment on a plant, something that may benefit mankind. And if you devise something that groundbreaking, I guarantee you a A in this course.
Oh, well, hold on, man. You following me? You can't do that, Lionel. Look, man, if you don't want me to have a foreman job, I understand, but I need my fucking job, man.
Lewis Pinnock Accent Award. Do we have one for this movie?
Pierce Brosnan. That shit is all over the place.
Is it Pierce allegedly American? My only other nominee was Grant Heslov freaking out over coffee.
No. It's Pierce.
It's Pierce.
Pierce Brosnan, man of the world.
He sounds nothing like someone from...
Let's show them who the horsemen are, guys.
Yeah, we got soul.
Five horsemen. Jargon. Coffee. Cock blocking.
Cock blocking is strong.
But come on, people. It's
Put this town on alert.
Put the town on alert. That is the horseman of this movie.
I have science hating also as a horseman. This movie hates science.
Yeah, it does hate science. Hunches?
Hunches.
It would be cock blocking if it wasn't put this town on alert.
Yeah.
A lack and alas, it is putting this town on alert.
What about dogs?
What dog?
Only at the end.
A late push.
Which one are you talking about?
Breathe in through nose, out the mouth.
Ass on, ass off.
Teddy Rex, Moosey Teddy Rex. Teddy Rex, Moosey Teddy Rex.
Ass on. Fuck it, ass off. Ass on. Fuck it, ass off.
Michael Bean Memorial Ass On Award. I have fake Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Jeremy Foley is Graham Wando.
Both the kids. Terrible.
I'm giving it to Nancy, who I thought at first was great 20 CB energy, but realized as the movie went on, nope, she's just ass on.
I can't follow you there, man. I love her.
It's Graham. That kid sucks.
He cinched it in the helicopter at the end.
Yeah.
Are you really
that's true.
going to take us fishing?
Can I offer up one more ass on?
Mm-hmm.
Dante's Peak.
Ass on?
No.
It's a painting.
No, it's a great painting.
Not once did I believe that was a real mountain.
Well, I mean, at the end where we're seeing the pyroclastic clouds, then it kind of looked like it, right? No?
Better practice that in the mirror.
6 more days.
6 days. Where do we put Paul's eyebrows?
Oh.
These are all natural, baby.
Magma.
Carl Weathers Memorial Ass Off Award. I liked Linda Hamilton as Rachel Wando. It appears that you guys don't. So I think it's Pierce Brosnan.
For ass off?
As Harry Dalton, U.S. Geological Survey.
No.
I'd give it to Ruth.
Ruth?
Yeah.
Ruth was ass on. I mean, look, none of us liked her.
Yeah.
She did a great job of portraying that. I would also throw it to the helicopter pilot. I thought he was great.
I'll give him a golden dumpster. I don't know about ass off. He had 1.5 scenes.
Terry
was great. Les was great.
This is crazy.
Dr. Paul
was great.
I get Dr. Paul.
Ruffy?
Who?
Wow.
The kid? I thought we just gave him ass on.
Mike signaled his vote with his background.
Yeah.
We're really going with Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, huh?
She's a horrible person. She's unlikable. That was the point, was to make her unlikable. She did a great job.
Yeah, it's incredible because if you go to a wrestling show and you boo the bad guy and you say, this guy sucks, that's exactly what the wrestler is doing. Good job, wrestler.
Yeah.
Ruth is very clearly supposed to make you really bothered by everything she does. And she knocks it out of the park because I use the B word.
Mm-hmm.
Shortly after I forgot the Pan's Labyrinth movie, I used the B word.
It broke Mike. 10 years of not saying the B word.
Real B.
That's wild. That is not what I expected at all, but there you go.
Really? She's so good.
Elizabeth Hoffman as Ruth.
Maze, you pointed out how ass off she was when she was screaming in the ass, the acid.
Well, her death was ass off for sure. I thought when Mike said he wouldn't prefer Michael Douglas or Kurt Russell that was an endorsement of Pierce Brosnan, but apparently not.
No, I said it wouldn't be a better movie. That's what I said.
Okay.
Pierce Brosnan and his hard to pin down accent are my favorite thing about this movie.
If it was Michael Douglas, he would have required every character in the movie to want to have sex with him.
Yes, and he definitely would have fucked Linda Hamilton.
He would have gone down on Mare Linda as soon as she tried to pour him a coffee.
And spider legs.
Yeah.
You're good at keeping secrets?
Absolutely.
Because I've got a present for you. Secret present outside by the dumpster.
Is it a baseball mitt?
To fit you like baseball mitt, like a glove. I hope.
Golden Dumpster nominees: the opening scene Eruption and Traumatic Death.
Oh, wait, Marianne ass off.
Marianne was absolutely.
Marianne.
If she gets one other scene, she locks it up.
Dante's Peak, the second best place to live in the United States, population under 20,000.
That could have been a Horseman too, the population.
The incredibly fake painting of the mountain, especially the shot when the camera keeps panning up and up and up. The helicopter pilot's business plan. Get real, Beavis.
Reference.
She's just clearing her throat. She hasn't even started to sing yet.
I also have the high school mascot being the miners.
Oh.
Dr. Harry realizing the motor is out and saying, "Oh shit," softly to himself after singing "Row, row, row your boat."
That row, row, row your boat is.
Yeah.
Singing "Row, row, row your boat" as the acid river chews up your boat.
That's got to be it.
The death of Dr. Paul.
Yeah.
And that look that Mike had as his background. But for me, guys, it is plain and simple. It captured my heart. Unlike an opening scene like any since Taxi, it's the death of Marianne, or however you say her name.
Yeah.
It's her getting hit by a piece of volcanic rock that went through the ceiling, hit her in the head.
Volcanic. However we say her name, however Pierce says her name.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who's your favorite Impractical Joker? Mine's Sal Volcanic.
I always turn it off 2 seconds after the NCAA tournament.
And green screen magma.
Magma.
Ripping through the cabin. Mike, what is your golden dumpster?
It's got to be row, row, row your boat. And the jacket, that whole scene.
Oh, shit.
The jacket, how it can burn up a prop, but not burn up a jacket and burn up a Ruth, all while they sing row, row your boat as they're rowing a boat. It is just perfect. And cock blocking.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maze.
this is tough, man. The thing that I keep thinking about is definitely the shot where they pan up from the lake and then they pan up to the mountain and then they keep panning up the mountain and further up the mountain and further up the mountain. But I'm going to go with Dante's Peak, the second best place to live in the United States, population under 20,000.
According to Money Magazine.
According to Money Magazine.
I already locked mine in. Mine's the helicopter pilot's business plan. That dude is fucking ruthless. That guy grew up to be Gary Vee.
Well, he didn't grow up. He died.
We never saw him.
He walked away. A winner.
Wait, is that where Ruthless came from?
Ah.
The origin story of Ruthless?
Well, Maze, you picked it, motherfucker.
Motherfucker. I like that.
Over file.
It's our first pure disaster movie. Mike, put the chat on alert.
Put this town on alert.
2 months ago or so, when you decided to watch it on a whim.
When he first started watching it, yeah.
I was in Lake Tahoe and it had 3 channels in Lake Tahoe.
You're lucky you got that third one in there, man.
Yeah. It was like TBS, TNT, and TLC. I had the 3 T's.
And it was on all 3 channels.
Yep.
And the Practical Jokers.
Yeah.
And so what I did was I turned off the TV and fired up a streamer and I saw Dante's Peak because I guess the surrounding area reminded me of it. And I was so happy I did because I was like, this guy's desperately trying to put the town on alert for like half this movie. And I couldn't put the town on alert out of my head. It's still in my head.
Put this town on alert.
It's an earworm.
9 times. They said it 9 times.
Incredible.
Took what, 53 minutes?
8 of those times were in the first 53 minutes.
From trying to put the town on alert to Pierce Brosnan's accent to the effects, the dog, Ruth, Paul. This is a really enjoyable movie. This is a file.
I was surprised to see Linda Hamilton because she's done so little, but I found myself charmed by her and her mayor / country store / barista / single mom occupation. I actually thought there was tension between her and Pierce Brosnan somehow.
Maze, hearing you describe her jobs, actually, are you just reading Amin's Pornhub browser?
It's a popular category, I'll have you know.
Mayor, mom, barista,
cock blocking, edging,
step barista, actually.
Eruption,
hot springs, gymnasium.
I really enjoyed this. I'm curious what Amin's going to say because he was agreeing with half this movie is good. I like both halves. I like the half where they're struggling to put the town on alert, and then I like the disaster half where they're making horrible decision after horrible decision, paddling with a jacket in an acid lake. It's a file for me, boys.
The last 40 minutes of this movie was so goddamn unnecessary.
So you like the first half?
Look, I like Dr. Paul and I like Terry. Mayor Sarah Connor, she was all right. I didn't mind her as much. I thought Pierce was smug and not a scientist. I thought all the townspeople were fucking morons. Just leave.
Yes.
And if nothing happens, so you took 2 days off, who cares? None of the movie made sense. And I will lie, I just kept thinking to myself, 25 years ago, or whatever it was, I made such a great choice to decide not to go see this movie and to go watch Volcano instead. And so I'm staggered. I'm not staggered that Mike filed it because he could shut up about it for months and months. So I kind of saw that coming.
He's been edging to do this podcast episode.
I thought, Maze, you would hate this. And yet you found, I don't know what you liked about it. To be honest, you said you liked Mayor Sarah Connor. Like, she's all right. Not enough to make me like this goddamn movie. It's a phobe.
Wow.
I mean, it's the worst role she's ever done, by far.
Easily.
I haven't seen that one episode of According to Jim, but I can't imagine she's had a worse role than this. Look, you can throw the college dropout all you want. I know a volcanologist does not exist as a job. Okay? I know it.
Safe repairman or volcanologist, Zach? Pick one.
Safe repairman all day long.
That's real to you.
Maybe not a full-time job that can afford a house, but it's a job.
No. That's gone too far.
This movie is so fun up until this guy, a volcanologist, the best volcanologist who does not take work off, thinks he can drive a truck over lava.
Ghost Rider the whip.
Amin's been trying to like reverse psychologize me throughout this whole thing. Oh, I know Zach's going to file it. It was in that moment I said the rest of this movie could be Gina Gershon and I having sex, and I'm going to phobe this thing. I cannot stress enough. It's a phobe.
All right. Well, I really thought that this would be the one to fix it. But Mike, I want you to know that
you should have picked Volcano.
Zach and Amin have agreed on every single movie since MVP Most Valuable Primate. So I thought, okay, you know what? I'll lob him a softball. I'll give him Dante's Peak. We'll break the streak and we'll continue. No, okay, fine. They are in lockstep in agreeing against me. They phobed it. I think this is a tragic mistake, but that's too bad.
This movie was boring as fuck, dude. Save for about 40 minutes.
Zach, how many times did you watch this movie?
Twice.
There you go. And he phobed it.
What does that mean?
You've said so many times that if you would watch it again, it's a file. You got home today and you could have easily said, you know what? I don't need to watch this because I hated it because it's a phobe. It's fine.
And Maze. No. Let me cut off your dumbass point. Because if you had paid attention and actually listened to me throughout the hundreds of years of this podcast, I say, would I watch it again past this episode? That is always the decision, not will I watch again.
That's not what you say. You've never added this caveat. You've never added under 20,000 people to this caveat.
I've actually said it multiple times.
No, you've never said it.
I've said it multiple times throughout the years that we've done this.
You've never said it.
I've said it multiple times.
I don't care. Fine. Phobe it.
You apparently do.
Do you hate this movie? Whatever. It's funny to me.
Because you think that there's this loophole that I've now like contradicted myself. That's not the case. It's always been from this moment on when I watch it again.
It's not what you say.
I've seen Hook 100 times and I phobed Hook.
Zach, I'll tell you what's contradicting yourself. Definition of someone contradicting themselves. It's when you don't have fun watching a movie and then at the end you decide, you know what? Because of one thing, I'm going to file it.
Mike has changed his background to the fucking Silverado driving through fire. Wait, hold on. Why is that truck red? Should it be green?
It is green. It's the reflection of it.
It's got lava all over it.
Charred.
Because the volcanologist knows that he can drive a Silverado through lava. It'll be fine.
Stupid ass movie.
And pick up the dog on the way.
Oh, Ruffy.
Send us your phober file, your golden dumpster, ass on, ass off, 5 Horsemen, Louis Pinnock, plot liftoff, at Talk Hoops, at Darth Amin, at Corn Puzzle, at Michael Ryan Ruiz, at Cinephobe Pod, at Count the Dings, or drop it in that Discord. If you're a Patreon member, patreon.com/countthedings. Mike, thank you for putting us on alert.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you for doing this.
Put this town on alert.
Magma.
Put this town on alert.
Liquid hot magma.
I mean, I'll hit you guys up in like a year the next time I find a movie obsession. Maybe you'll like it.
A Roger Donaldson or an Armand Assafte flick.
Yeah.
It's weird. It is weird.
What type? He's got a type.
You have 2 types.
I have 2 types. That was fun. All right. Thank you, guys.
Next time we make love, you introduce me to Jade.
My pick?
2 more picks I'll pick.
That's the most bingo I've ever seen.
2 more picks I'll pick.
2 more picks I'll pick.
Sound like Gertie.
No. It's Amin's pick. Will he pick his preferred 1997 disaster movie, Volcano?
Absolutely.
We're running it back.
Absolutely. Because I have to demonstrate how much more superior that movie is. And by the way,
how much more superior?
Hey, casting agents, give me not 1, but 2 black actors, Don Cheadle and Keith David.
Wow.
Ass off race right there.
Oh, it's a race thing. He doesn't like Dante's Peak because there's no black people.
Well, because they got rid of all of them.
I don't think she's attractive. I had a weird thing for Anne Hesh for a while.
Me too.
What's the daisy chain? Is it Volcanoes?
Yes, Volcanoes is the daisy chain.
Make it 1997 Volcanoes.
1997 Volcanoes. But honestly, the thing about it is, this is my gut beyond the fact that I watched it and I didn't watch this one before. I think it's really because I don't care for small town America that much.
Oh, that's interesting.
Major metropolitan boy.
I like Volcano because it's like, yo, now you talk about Evacuation. That's hard in fucking LA. Goddamn Dante's Peak, which isn't even a real place. How hard is it to get rid of 7,500 people for a couple of days? But this movie, unlike fucking Dante's Peak, this movie has liquid hot magma. Lots of it.
Fucking everywhere.
Liquid hot magma.
What do you mean? There's liquid hot magma. You drove across it.
There was not enough.
It's so infuriating.
But his tires caught on fire.
A couple of old Goodyear tires? Are you kidding me?
Zach, he put it in reverse, in the middle.
The best part was that he drove into town after.
Yeah.
Drove around town, drove into the mine, did it all.
They drove into town, bunch of cars everywhere. Do they get out and get into a new car that has tires? No.
No.
This car's fine. No.
Fuck, man. I can't believe you filed that shit.
I really thought that would be the one, man. But you guys are sticking to the plan. I respect it.
I don't know sticking to a plan. I just know that...
Sticking to the plan, not disagreeing, not filing a single movie I pick all year.
You've picked nothing but shit. I don't know what to tell you. Like, you've picked nothing but shit.
Maze, I'm begging you to pick a movie that doesn't fucking suck. Honestly.
I thought I
it's
did.
not even funny anymore.
I thought I did.
No, you didn't. Oh, this is Jupiter Ascending all over again. You don't think this is good.
You think Dante's Peak is Jupiter Ascending?
I do. You just told on yourself. You said you think this is Jupiter Ascending, meaning Jupiter Ascending is shit, and you've lied to us for 240 years.
No. I didn't lie, Annie.
You just didn't tell the truth.
Didn't tell you certain things. Jupiter Ascending, you guys have hated on it since year 7.
It's awful.
Okay, this was not as bad as Jupiter Ascending.
It's not as bad as Jupiter Ascending, but it's still not a good movie.
This was an easy file.
You want a pattern, Maze? This is a pattern.
It's a volcano movie that doesn't have a volcano.
Let's have a volcano.
Is Volcano going to have a volcano? I guess we'll find out next week.
Let's have a Rocky movie where there's no boxing. He just has a book club. Actually, I'd file that movie. That sounds like a good movie.
I don't know what you're talking about. Right? A Rocky book club?
Is he wearing glasses?
We need to end this shit. It's 3.5 hours. Goodbye.